This video will be explaining the distinguishedYW.org email accounts. All local and state programs can be issued an email account, but it has to be set up through National. So if you don't currently have one or know of what it is, contact Nationals. They can tell you whether or not you have one. If you don't, they can set it up. They can reset passwords. They can also tell you the standard password so that you can get access to this. I like to use that because I can share things, and I'll show you when I get into it. I can click on the email account from the login page, or I can use Gmail and type in the whole thing. One thing that I've really liked using this year is Drive. So if I click up on the top in the upper left, I've got access to Drive. The reason that I like it is because I can put together documents and then I can upload them here so that people in the future can still use those documents. So instead of having a paper copy that gets passed from person to person, or instead of worrying about whether or not all of these documents or forms or things are on one person's computer, if you upload them to Drive, then they're saved on the cloud. Therefore, you can log in anywhere and get access to those. So these ones that have the W were made in Microsoft Word, and I just uploaded them. And then there's a couple things that I actually made within Drive. This is a work in progress. I'm still trying to figure out what I would like to upload, but that way it's accessible to those who have access to the email, or you can share things with people so that they have access. So if you want to click upload, then it will let you choose your files, and then you just find your file and then you upload it on there. It will let you then download it. You can edit things, you can print it from the internet, but then if you make changes, you can re-upload it and you can delete the previous one so that you're staying current. I found that it really helps, and especially if you have a large committee and you want to share this information with them, you can share things. The only downside to using this account versus a regular Gmail account is that when you share things, you can only share things to those who also have a distinguishedYW.org email. So it won't let you share to someone at gmail.com, even though it's still under Gmail. They have to be under distinguishedYW. So you do have access to logos if you're already one of the locals, and for some reason my logos are not showing up at this time. It might be having a hard time refreshing itself. Okay, so I've put all of the logos that Nationals created a few years back on this because I do have a lot of people who always ask, how do I get the logo? Here's where it is. The JPEGs are ones that Nationals already put together for most of the locals, but if you're a new local, I'm sorry, you won't have one. You will get to make your own. But if you use these EPS files, they will actually let you remove the word Utah, and you can actually put in your own local program. The EPS files are also very helpful for when you're doing screen printing. A lot of the screen printers are asking for a vector-based image. That's so that they can stretch it, make it larger, and not distort the image. And so you'll want to use one of those EPS files. So find someone who knows Photoshop and then download one of those EPS files and have them modify it so that you can use it for your needs and your customization of whatever you want. Otherwise, you do have the Utah ones here if you would like to use Utah, but it is fun to have your own local program being highlighted. Now, the other thing that I like about this distinguishedYW website is the calendar. And so at this point, I have started to record anything that's going on within the state program so that we are aware of deadlines. And what I've done is on the Distinguished Young Women website, which I'll go to really quick, I set up a page within the Utah program, and it says calendar. So if I click on that, then it gives this link. So link to this calendar. Once they click it, so anyone can access this calendar. So it will update things real time. Whenever I put something on here, it automatically gets updated to the DYW website. Makes it really nice for when people have questions. So that is what I want to tell you about email.